us. And I remember beginning to reflect on my past. I'll never forget, I was in this gentleman's class. I'll speak to him on the way to the airport, Mr. Washington. He's in his 80s. He's blind now. I came in his class, and I was in school, and he said, young man, go to board, work this problem out for me. And I said, I can't do that, sir. I said, why not? I said, I'm not one of your students. Look at me. Yes, sir. Go to the board and work the problem out anyhow. I can't, sir. And the students started laughing, saying, that's Leslie. That's not Wesley. He's DT. He said, what's DT? He's a dump twin. And I said, I am, sir. And some of the students laughed. Some of you did. And he came from behind his desk. He looked at me. He said, don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. That was a turning point in my life. On one hand, I was humiliated, but on the other hand, I was liberated, because he looked at me with the eyes of Goethe, who said, look at a man the way that he is, he only becomes worse. But look at him as if he were what he could be, then he becomes what he should be. And so that became a transformative relationship for me. And I want you to think about your goals and dreams, and I want to share with you some strategies on how you can make a minimum of 87% of those goals and dreams become reality. And for those of you that are real serious, we're going to be doing a variety of things and providing some tools for you to listen to that will be designed to begin to help you to deal with one of the major problems that kept most people, or rather keep most people from living their dreams. How many of you, as you look at your life and you know you had to live over again, how many of you know you could have done more than what you've done thus far? Raise your hands, please. Very good. Now, let me share with you why that is. Because, and I want you to write this down, when your desires are different from your beliefs, you will always manifest what you believe. When your desires are different from your beliefs, you will always manifest what you believe. Excuse me. And so one of the most important things is that you have to work to change your mental blueprint, that subconscious mind. You need some tools. You have to deliberately, actively do it. There's a reason my favorite book says the things I should do, I don't do. And the things I shouldn't do, I do. We've all felt stuck and frustrated, where consciously we say we want to go this way, and then that subconscious mind takes over and takes us in another direction. And we're looking and we don't know what's going on. And let me share with you how it works, and we don't even realize it. The great anthropologist was in Europe, Margaret Mead. She was at a restaurant, and so a waiter came up to her and said to her, he said, there's several Americans here tonight. And she said, no. She said, let me know when you serve them dessert. I'll tell you exactly how many Americans are here. I said, okay. So he served dessert, he came over and said, you couldn't possibly do that. He said, I served dessert. She got up, she walked around, she looked. She said, you have 65 Americans here. He checked the roster. He said, how did you know that? He was shocked. And she said, because in Europe, when you eat a slice of pie, you eat it from the crust toward the tip. In America, when we eat a slice of pie, we eat it from the tip toward the crust. How many of you eat a slice of pie, you eat it from the tip toward the crust? Raise your hands, please. What else have you picked up? How many of you did that and nobody told you to do it? Raise your hands, please. This is why we have to change deliberately our mental blueprint. Faith comes by what? Hearing and hearing and hearing. We live in a world where we're told more about our limitations rather than our potential. How many of you have been told you couldn't do something? Raise your hands, please. Let me share this with you. MIT did a study. What is your name, sir? Keith. If I said to you, Keith, you can't have your dream. Forget that organization, Jen. You can't have your dream. Someone else has to come along and say, Keith, you can have it. Keith, you can do it. Keith, you can make that happen. Keith, it's possible. And then they have to do that 17 times to neutralize that one time. That's why most people are stuck. Because you have to become actively engaged in changing your mental blueprint. You have to believe. I didn't do what I'm doing now. You know why? Because I didn't believe. There are three reasons that people are stuck right now in this so-called recession. Let us say together, recessions restores resourcefulness. Here's the reason, write this down. Here's the reason. Number one reason, most people don't believe in themselves. Things have changed. They don't believe in themselves. I didn't do what I'm doing now. For 14 years, I procrastinated. For 14 years, I convinced myself I couldn't do it. There's a proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. The fort, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. I didn't believe in myself. Here's the second reason that most people are stuck and traumatized. You talk to them about how they can begin to live their dreams, and they'll look at you like you're crazy. Most people are not aware of how to earn money with their talents, their abilities, their skills, their experiences, and their education. And that's what the Global Information Network is about. To allow you to learn, to develop the tools, the awareness, the strategies, the game plan, how to understand, how to maximize your potential, how to monetize your dreams. Here's the other thing. Not only do most people don't believe in themselves, most people don't know how to make money with their talents, abilities, and skills, but most people don't know how to gain access to the people that will pay them for what they know. How many know people like that? Raise your hands. I know people that lost their jobs. Raise your hands. Okay. Out there looking for jobs. In an economy where 53% of the MBAs can't find jobs. Let me tell you why you're here. How many of you have jobs? Raise your hands, please. Let me tell you why you are here. Because you're not mentally fit to work for somebody for the rest of your life. That's why this concept appealed to you. When I said that you have something special, I didn't just say that to say it. Let me share something with you. I said it because it's true. The fact that you said yes to this opportunity, that indicates, that tells me something about you. How many of you know, as you look at yourself, look at your dreams, that things don't just happen, they happen just. There's a reason for you to be here now. Trust me on that. As much as you have chosen to be here, you were chosen to be here. I only attract millionaires and millionaires in training. You ought to give yourselves a round of applause. Now let me share with you why you said yes, and there are many people, hundreds, who will say no. And don't become discouraged by that. The reason that the majority of people will tell you no is because the majority of people don't believe in themselves, because the majority of people live in a world just like you and I, where we're told more about our limitations rather than our potential. And so, as you look at yourself, look at your dreams, don't become discouraged when people say no. Now let me share with you why you said yes. There's an area of the brain, it's called, it's a network like group of cells at the base of the brain that's called the reticular activating system. The reticular activating system. It filters the things that come through. And only three things get through. Things that we value, things that threaten us, and things that surprise us. Now, had you done the same marketing strategy, mentioning entertainment, you couldn't get near the hotel, am I correct? How many of you know people who you invited, had you had their favorite entertainer, they'd have said yes, raise your hand. Because we have an entertainment-driven culture. The reason you said yes, because when you start hearing information about living your dream, controlling your life, creating a new life for yourself, living life on your terms, having more time for yourself and your family, leaving a legacy, being financially independent, you value that. Being your own person, being your own boss, you value that. That's why you saw this and you said yes. You're different. One great American said, I choose not to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dull by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the still calm of utopia. I will never cower before the master nor bend to any threat. It's my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid to face the world boldly and say, this I have done. This is why you're here, because you've got big dreams. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause.